Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the Letter Horror Visual Novel. We are beginning Rebecca's part of the story. The goal, more or less, is obviously to make her survive. Isabella survived, Hannah survived, Zachary survived. Marianne, I have no freaking idea. Hopefully yes, we'll see. But the other ending clearly made it look like she did not, so... Because I checked later, okay? And yeah, I guess the first choice was the correct one in the end. Hopefully she can make it out. And now we have Rebecca. Alright, let's go. So technically she's the one that we don't know if she has seen, you know, who she's not supposed to see technically. Anyway, this is how it is, or so they say. With a gentle wind drifting through wide open windows, muffled laughter and footsteps fading behind empty hallways and the light kiss of the afternoon sun. Soon there will be a call, a crossing of thresholds in the unknown. What are you talking about? Maybe we are off to some grand adventure, or dive into another gripping mystery. One can't retell, for line of my hero might even come sweep me off my feet, if I'm lucky. Rebecca, I think you're trying to live in fairy tales way too much.
That's not exactly a bad thing when you think about it.
But this is far from one, isn't it? A riveting tale, that is. The mild breeze, the faint murmurs, the warm rays painting every nook and cranny, a fiery hue, they are all as real as they can get. Sports day, cleaners, something blow, J.A. blow, Dinah, Cariza, Sean Lloyd, whatever. Speaking of sports day, well, you know what? This game is getting creepier and creepier for me. You know why? Because actually, at night, I dreamt about my junior high school football tournament. And the fact that there is sports day in this game right now, this is creepy. I'm getting worried. Anyway, as much as I want to write a little tale out of this, I'm far from someone who can. Fleeting fancies, that's what these are. Merely passing thoughts to occupy an idle mind, while waiting for another busy workday to end. Then again, maybe in another life, I'm one. Who knows? But at present, what I have and what I've chosen to be. Well,
I won't last years here if I find teaching rowdy adolescents a tedious job, will I?
but it is, isn't it? Admittedly, the whole affair isn't exactly as grand or exciting as I had imagined as a child. If I weren't so stubborn and too passionate about the whole idea, I probably would have quit a long time ago. But it's always the kids that make it worthwhile, isn't it? No, it isn't. I bet it isn't. As if in agreement, as soon as my pen slides into a neat circle against the papers I'm grading, the final bell rings. Like a dam that has opened, students begin peeling out in the hallway soon after. For a short minute, I let the noise fill my ears. Let my mind wander to a place far removed from all the hubbub. Solitary moments like this have come few and far between lately. Even my own home hasn't been as quiet as usually I prefer. For in hindsight, the entire place hasn't been the same either since Isabella moved in next door. And if refusing over a minor cold last week tells anything, I might as well throw any idea of solitude out the nearest balcony yet, so long as she lives nearby. At the memory, my eyes automatically shift over the bottle sitting at the edge of my desk. A chuckle escapes from me as I reach for it.
A little ball of energy and enthusiasm. That big baby.
Mother hen, she calls me, and then says and does the same thing right after. It's not that I'm unused to being on the receiving end of other people's worries, or I feel any sort of apprehension over her fretting. If I'm to be completely honest, it's actually amusing how someone can be childlike one minute and act like a responsible adult the next. But there's a dissonance there, both in her actions and words. Although she may not she may not look like it, may not say anything, may not lose her cheer, one way or another, I know these troubles have weighed down her lately. Her face says though that big numpty. If she thinks I want to do this, she's got another thing coming for her. That's how she always been. I don't understand that part loud and clear. It's just that I'd rather not pass another burden on her.
Or become one myself.
Aren't I supposed to be one taking care of them? So I guess that's simply one of those things people eventually grow away from once you've all started leading different lives. Technically I should be making a female voice right now, but whatever. Let's say her mind voice is my voice. Not completely different, I hope. Somehow that thought makes me feel uneasy. Thankfully for stranger ideas can take root in my head, a faint beating comes from my back, cutting through the rest of my thoughts. Now to think about it, we started 21st? Alright, so... Okay. Unknown number? A small frown furrows in my lips when the screen lights up and an unknown number flashes. For a long second, my thumb hovers over the answer button, even the voice that responds once I do accept the call is wholly unfamiliar.
Hello?
Oh, goodness. Finally, it connects.
Huh?
Hello? Is this Miss Gales? Rebecca Gales?
Say what?
Yes, Yes, speaking. Who is this?
Oh, sorry. Rose Cooper. Briar Realty Corporation.
Briar Realty?
My frown deepens as I straighten from my chair. Something in her tone, despite sounding remarkable friendly and light, doesn't sit quite well with me. Alright, I need to look. What was happening? Isabella was there, then the letter... okay. Then... Marianne... open house... anniversary... and movie, alright. The rigid pause that follows doesn't help ease the tension that has condescended either.
Miss Cooper?
Yes. Things are a bit busy on my end. I apologize. I'm not certain if Isabella has mentioned anything before, but we're working together on a property at the moment, and...
The Armengard Mansion, yes. She said something about that earlier. Is there a problem?
This is about Isabella, actually.
Eh? She wastes no time relaying everything. The details she provided are admittedly a bit vague, but enough for me to get a gist of what happened. It isn't the bad sort I'm expecting for still worrying. Especially words panic attack and pale looking particularly woven together in one foreboding sentence. But as quickly as it surfaces, I stomp down the urge to demand answers right then and there. Yes, I do know I switched the words. It wasn't intentional. Now isn't the proper time for useless questions. I'll find out soon enough, regardless. To Miss Cooper's credit, she neither hesitates nor falters all throughout. There is some sort of comfort in knowing Isabella has someone like her to guide her, for not as much as I would have liked. After all, this is Isabella we're talking about. What are chances she just said a bunch of excuses so she won't get sent home? High. Very high. Oh, she's going to hear it this time.
You were listed as one of her emergency contacts, so I thought it'd be best you know about this.
How is she? Is she doing okay?
I had her take a break for now, but honestly, I'd feel better if someone were to pick her up and take her home for some rest. Anthem's a fair distance from Luxbourne. I really don't want her going off on her own. I'd do it myself, but oh, you know how it is today. Big day. People everywhere until the open house ends. I'm really sorry to ask this of you, Miss Gales. I know you're busy.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was just about to leave from work. I hope to leave early today anyway. A few minutes ahead wouldn't hurt. I can be there in a few, 30, 40 minutes tops. Is that all right?
More than fine, Miss Gales, thank you. We're supposed to be here until... Oh, excuse me. One moment, please. Yes, ma'am.
The faint hum of conversation echoes from her end. It sounds as though the place is buzzing with more people than you expect from a regular open house. And I'm here trying to hear something different, not... You know what? I'll skeptic at first. The whole house is odd, not to mention its inconvenient location in Lugbur's outskirts. Who wants to live in a place almost an hour's drive away from the comforts of the city? An hour? No, definitely not. I mean, I prefer outskirts, but not an hour. But from what little I can hear, it appears Isabella has every right to be optimistic about this sale. If I didn't understand why she was so adamant refusing my offer of help before, I think I do now. To some degree.
We'll be resuming the tour soon. Yes, thank you. Sorry about that. I really need to get this thing going. Lord knows how I'll salvage the situation here. It shouldn't be anything complicated, but still, clients. They can be difficult when they want to be.
Oh, come on, just say it. They are a pain in the ass.
Anyway, just look for me when you get here, alright? I shouldn't be too hard to miss.
Clients are always a pain in the ass.
No problem. Thanks for letting me know about this. Just make sure Isabella stays put, please. Heaven knows how stubborn that girl can be.
Oh, believe me, I know. Don't worry about it. I'll have a few of our staff keep an eye on her for me until you get here.
That's all I'm asking. I appreciate it.
The whole thing ends on a surprisingly pleasant note. If only the same can be said for the news she brought. I will brief minute pass to ease whatever tension has latched itself firmly to my nerves. But no matter how much I wish for it, my mind stubbornly refuses to do so. My hands are unsteady against the papers I pretend to arrange after. Lucy thoughts, every single ounce of it grimmer than the other, grows with each passing second I linger. Something about this whole thing, along with the sun and nagging worry, screams, off. Wrong. This isn't the riveting tale I've hoped to step into today. This is something different you are stepping into. Also, can you believe this? A school hallway, and there are actually people in the background. This is so beautiful. Even on a rush, getting everything in order before leaving takes nearly a good quarter hour. By the time I make it out of the classroom, the commotion has already died down, dwindling to mere echoes and distant laughters from the nearby room. Alright, I bet that white-haired girl is super cute, by the way. Melodies from a rehearsing band drift freely into the air, filling the almost empty hallway with their warm, lively tunes. Another day, I'll stop basking in music and enjoy what little peace it brings. Not today, however! My steps are brisk and sure as I march to Edward Hall's exit. The sooner I confirm Isabel's K, the sooner I can shake off this niggling feeling. For one reason or another, that single of all peaceful things has thrown everything off kilter. I'd rather this be over with as quickly as possible. So much that I nearly barrel overstewed in my haste. For perhaps it's really the other way around. Whoa, shit, it's you! When I look down, a set of eyes bright and hopeful stare back at me. Her arms are wrapped around my waist like a vice, and at my attention a grin spreads over her face. Buenas tardes, Miss Pink!
Hello, Kylie. You know, you aren't supposed to run into people like that.
Why are you not speaking? You were speaking before. I remember you were speaking. Sorry, Miss Pink. She loosens her hold on me, but not a hint of guilt or regret appears on her. If anything seems the remark only amused her, a smile appears on my face before I can help it, matching the one of her own.
Just remember not to do it again, alright? You could get hurt.
You sound like my mama when she's scolding Rowan, Miss Pink.
I'm sure your mama only means well. I know she'll be worried sick if one of you were to get hurt. Where's your brother anyway? Aren't you two supposed to be heading home now?
Rowan said he's got some stuff he needs to do before we go. I think he's taking too long. But he promised to buy me jelly babies today if I keep what he's doing a secret from Mama and Papa.
Sneaky bastard.
Any chance you'll tell Miss Pink about it?
She shakes her head, both her hands going to her mouth as if to keep a precious secret from spilling out.
I made a promise. He said it's for Tia Luke.
Okay, the fact that it's actually voiceover, like it said through the hands, is awesome.
Oh, something like a gift?
Like a dare. Tio promised to take him somewhere cool when he's old enough. Rowan's gonna prove he's a grown-up.
Laughter slips free from my lips. The teacher in me wants to give whoever this Tio is a reprimand for bringing about this kind of behavior in children. You know what? "21st. If only I freaking knew. If only I freaking knew what day this recording was created on, that Marianne has seen. Because I have a very bad feeling that I know who and what kind of dare it might be. But if both Suarez kids are so fond of him, there shouldn't be anything to worry about, yes? At any rate, they're nothing but well-behaved, both Kylie and her brother. Rowan, the eldest, may have an occasional odd streak in and out of class, but their parents taught them well. I see no reason to cast any suspicion of bad behavior on them.
As long as it isn't anything dangerous, alright?
Oh my god. I think I have way too much knowledge right now. And the fact that I do believe that what I'm thinking is true, I think it's highly probable.
It's not. Cross my heart.
Cross my heart.
My drawings are a lot prettier than what he's doing anyway. Tio said so. Do you want to see? I drew one earlier at class.
Is that why you're here?
Not really. I was gonna show it to my friend first. But since it's you, I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you see it before she does.
Oh no. I can't stay right now, Kylie.
Her face falls immediately after the words are out. And Smolder feels responsible for that crestfallen look, but as much as I want to say it longer, there's another place I need to go to be at right now. And frankly, another child to look after. Okay, say that you will look at tomorrow and it will be fine. Taking off her hands, I kneel in front of her and muster the most rueful smile I can give. At rage, I'm quite sure she already understands what I'm about to say before we're even out. But remarkably, she does look away or pout as I'm expecting her to.
I'm sorry. You know what? Rowan has a class with me on Monday around this time. Why don't you drop by again next week? After class? I'll even make sure to wait for you. It's just that I absolutely must leave now. My friend had an accident earlier, and I'm the only one she has here.
What about her mama and papa?
Her family lives really far from here, I'm afraid. Do you remember where Asia is? The southeast part? That's where they are.
Her eyes immediately light up at my question. Just like that, I know I've earned the girl's forgiveness.
Oh, just like Takako.
Who?
Who?
Exactly.
My friend. She said she used to live there, only just a little higher than Southeast.
So, Northeast?
But she hasn't come home in a long time, so she doesn't remember much about it anymore. Melody says it's weird I talked to her, but I think she's just shy. They could be good friends too! Don't you think so, Miss Pink?
Maybe if you introduce them properly, they will be.
That's what I think. Takako's just lonely. If she makes more friends, she won't be anymore. Is your friend like that too?
A little, possibly. To be honest, sometimes I can't tell with her.
After all, Isabel has always been the kind to hold a smile, even when things have taken a turn for the worse. 5 years and one will think it's enough time to know a person. But when you consider it, come on to think of it, all these years I've never, not even once, seen her cry. Not over a trivial matter or even when things are tough.
Okay, you can go to her. I'll just show you my drawing next time.
Thank you. Remind me to buy you a huge glass of parfait, all right?
No, I'll get a stomachache. Takako says so. A small one is okay.
I'll remember that. Say hi to your friend for me.
I will. I'm sure she'd love to meet you too. See you, Miss Pink.
I'll see you later, Kylie.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London
She doesn't look back or wait for any sort of goodbye from me.
Lady.
Didn't she sing the same thing? Rebecca Gaze received a phone call from Rose Cooper after class, asking her to pick up Isabella Santos from the Ermengarde mansion. On her way out of school, an excited Kali Sue R.S. stops her favorite teacher from leaving. Alright, her freaking look over here is so much different compared to when she was talking over here. With a song and an extra spring in her step, she bounds across the corridor with as much spirit only a child her age can have. As if the conversation has never taken a downhill turn for her at all. As if there isn't a single thing to worry about in the world. Not long after, she disappears behind the door, leaving behind strains of an old familiar rhyme lingering in the air. Carefree. Unbidden. Untroubled, moments like this, I envy her. And as I resume my her pace, a tiny whisper at the back of my mind wishes the same can be said of myself and my own worries. What? Luxembourg may be a small city, but he is no stranger to hellish rush hour traffic. But surprisingly, getting out of the city today proves more of a breeze than a hassle. A relief, considering how none of my calls to Isabel have made it through. Either the reception's really bad or over there, or she's ignoring them on purpose. Both does nothing to ease the disquiet in me. The rest of my drive passes without much incident as soon as I'm out to the busy street. In less than 30 minutes, the mansion loops ahead of me. For all that was Isabella made about the house, it remains a thing of beauty. Let's not see what you think is beautiful about this place. Unlike Luxembourg, the estate and the nearby Aslan village stand as its complete opposite. Living and breathing the songs of the old, whisper of once booming haven lingering in the air. Contemporary conveniences aside, it's a place I'm glad modernization hasn't wholly touched.
It's just a shame the locals know more of the silly hearsay than the history itself. If I could only knock some sense into these people!
Yeah! Soundly complaining is all I can afford to do. As much as I want to give them a piece of my mind, it isn't why I'm here. I don't think these rich types will appreciate getting a lecture from me either. I have as much business with them as they have with me. With a sigh, I give myself one last second to take in the scenery before heading up the main entrance. Most of the guests are already heading out. For some to linger, it's mainly just to take photos of the house's facade or its various rooms. I pause for a moment, scanning the small crowd gathered at the foyer. looking for any sign of the familiar ponytail among the sea of hats and heads.
No sign of her.
No sign of the other self or Miss Cooper either. I can certainly look for Isabel on my own, but in a place this big. I'd be lucky if I didn't end up lost or find her before we need to meet with Zachary and Dash tonight. Sign reached for mobile and redial her number, the gesture familiar now after so many attempts earlier. If she doesn't answer, I can still try contacting Miss Cooper. I just hope the network reception will cooperate this time. This side of the county has never been popular with the tech-savvy after all. To my relief, it only took 3 unsuccessful tries. At the 4th one, right as it's about to switch to an unanswered message, the line finally rings. Silence follows while I wait for her to pick up, the ringing going far too long for my tastes. By now most of the visitors have already cleared out. All I hear of company are the faint murmurs and an eerie calmness left in their wake. A sudden hush settles and gives way to noises louder than they've ever meant to be. Doors creaking and slamming shut in some distant part of the mansion, floorboards groaning under the sheer weight of the house's history. In the now empty hall, the owl reverberate with special clarity against the walls. Like this, those old stories seem to almost have a ring of truth to it. You don't say. I don't get to stray far into that ugly line of thought, however. Not a second later, a click sounds from the other end.
Hello? Isabella? Miss Cooper called earlier and...
Well, just freaking great. Help yourself, damn it!
Isabella? Belle? Are you alright?
Without any warning, the call gets cut off. Busy notes blare sharply against the heavy silence. But above... Oh, for fuck's sake already? She's attacking that early? But above the noise cutting through the mute air remains the faint cries of a woman. From beyond the foyer. My hand falls to my side as I cast a wary look around, waiting for someone to come running. Surely I can't be the only one hearing this. There must still be some stuff hanging around, checking things out. But no one does. Not even when her sobs turn more frantic and anguished.
Excuse me? Hello?
Well, I would turn around and get the hell out of there!
Who's there? Isabella? Isabella? Is that you?
No answer! Growing anxious, I amble over where her cries come from, each step slow and cautious, toward the door on the other end of the room. How about no? While I'm far from someone who already lives into fear or stories lacking factual basis, the vague, restless feeling I have frequently returns to me. And despite myself, my heart begins to race and my breathing quickens.
Belle? Belle, it's me.
Clearly it's not her, she would react already, damn it.
Miss Cooper called. Is everything okay?
Abruptly, all of it stops. My whole body tenses, mouth dragging the rank breath, ears straining for any other sound yet to come from the other side. But nothing follows. Instead, the quiet only lends itself to the heavy tension in the air, as if every small movement will disturb the fragile stillness hanging in the room. I wait for another second, then with a caution I reach for the knob, and you should have not done that! My fingers barely graze the brass handle when a hand falls on my shoulder.
Excuse me, ma'am? Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
No, it's...
Still reading my gaze shades back to the door, as if any second now the cries will start again or whoever's inside will burst out of the room. But I don't get to dwell on this. The woman's worried voice breaks through the haze in my mind again, oddly soothing in the thick of my knees. Even the concert look comes from a total stranger, finally being in the company of someone else is somewhat comforting.
Ma'am? Are you okay?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, no, I'm fine. This is probably just some cold.
Do you need to sit down?
No need. I'm actually looking for a friend.
I wave the mobile in front of her, like the gesture alone explains everything. Quickly, I note my tight grip on it and quickly slip it in my pocket before she notices. She doesn't need to know.
Well, I'm not really sure if your friend would still be here. We're actually about to close the open house in a few minutes, ma'am.
No worries. She's not a guest here. She works for Briar Realty. Miss Cooper called me earlier. In fact, I'm also looking for her.
Recognition flashes in her eyes, and her word expression dissolves into a smile at once. It's all I need to know that I don't have to look elsewhere or venture deeper in the dimension on my own. In some way, I'm not too keen on the latter right now.
Oh, Miss Rebecca Gales, is it?
Yes. Sorry if I'm a bit late.
It's not a problem. I was busy with the open house and a few clients anyway. It's actually a good thing you came when you did. Let's see. Isabella should be here somewhere. I told her to stay put earlier. Girl never listen.
Rose? Rosie? May I have a minute? There's just this one little thing before we go.
Miss Cooper's head immediately snaps up at the voice. In a blink, a different kind of smile spreads on her face. The smile is still friendly even, but the kind given mainly for the sake of pleasing other people rather than making friends.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there in a few.
Well, that's a fake smile, like, totally. It's an impressive feat, to say the least. That level of professionalism. I mean, you can say it's a fake smile. I suppose working years in this kind of business trains you enough to be able to pull that off, without batting an eye. It certainly seemed to have rubbed off on Isabella for...
Sorry, could you give me a second? I have to take care of this.
Don't worry about it. I understand. I can wait a few more minutes.
Okay, Rebecca, but don't try doing anything stupid, please.
Clients, right?
You won't hear anything from me. Priorities, you know? But if you want, you can stay at the parlor in the meantime. I think we have a few refreshments left.
I'd rather go in... to the front of the house.
No, thank you. I'm going out with a few friends after this. Isabella's supposed to join us too. But that depends on how she's doing, of course.
Alright, this won't be long, I promise.
She throws me an apologetic look before sauntering over the small group gathered at the entrance. A couple, or siblings. Yeah, definitely siblings. And another woman, probably their secretary. Yeah, definitely, Either way, they look no different from the other guests. All three of them primly dressed, albeit in a manner significantly simpler than the others. No frills, no extravagance of any form. But their gestures and movements alone speak volumes of their ingrained lifestyle. In their presence, I do what I can to appear insuspicious on my side of the foyer. Maybe accepting Miss Cooper's offer would have been a much better choice than standing around awkwardly and gaping at them. All while also attempting my best not to listen in on their conversation. Although that one proves more difficult with how enthusiastic the blonde woman is. Her voice easily echoes through walls, with only the five of us here. Pretty soon I find myself being drawn into their talk without meaning to.
Tomorrow? First thing in the morning?
First thing in the morning, ma'am.
The mundane talk isn't what catches my attention, however.
Very well. We'll have our lawyers prepare everything as soon as possible. Let's make this whole thing easier for everyone, shall we? Just let me know if there's anything you need from me. You know how to contact me, yes?
Got your mobile number saved here already.
Good. It's just a matter of time then.
It's a brief one. A fleeting shift of my eye.
Monday for us, Marianne.
As long as you're positive, we won't be having any problems by that time. You can count on my team.
You worry too much. Let me handle those things. Do be thrilled, though. I imagine it's not every day you get projects like this,
And the instant I turn my gaze on him, I see it.
Oh, I'm certain Mint's ecstatic, Buttercup. Aren't you, Marianne? You know, we could all celebrate this with a few drinks. Why don't we?
Wait, what?
In fact, there's this really excellent Irish pub I visited a few days ago.
What's going on? Looming. Hovering over his shoulders. I mean, I noticed that, but why is he talking like that? Drawn to him like a moth to a flame. Dark blur. No. A shadow.
I think I'll pass on that, sir. I have more important matters to attend to.
Why is she, like, silenced? Kind of.
Darling, your liver.
Wait, what's going on?
You already had a glass today, and apparently a few days ago as well.
Why do you hear them like you are hearing them through the wall suddenly?
How many times do we have to remind you? Doctor's orders, remember?
You want to tell me that's the shadows doing? I don't believe that.
Such a shame. You never let me do anything fun.
But as I try to make sense of it, a heavy feeling descends over my whole body. It happens without warning, forcing me to close my eyes. The sensation creeps to every part of me, crawling under my skin and draining my little by little of my strength. Before I know it, my hand is gripping the nearby door for support. The silent nosy drones out their voices and what little sound there is. All except for the whisper and laughters. Judging. Mocking. Taunting. Muffled, inaudible words bearing down on me like a death sentence. They wrap around my neck and lips, then tightening with every syllable, every utterance. And with each throw of breath I take, they drag me down slowly, almost painfully into a bottomless abyss. On, and on, and on, till the sounds turn into mere distant echoes. And suddenly it shatters.
Well, what are we waiting for? Are we done here?
His voice rips through the fog like a sharp blade and my eyes snap open. When I look to them again, it's gone.
Just a second, darling. Send my regards to Isabel, please. Poor girl. Please let her know she doesn't have to worry and tell her to get some rest. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Likewise, ma'am.
No shadows or dark clouds. Only amicable smiles and cordial handshakes, the usual pleasantries, and as Miss Cooper leads them out to the mansion like a graceful host. None of the group seems to have noticed it. And even as I force my breathing to calm down, keep my eyes trained on their backs, and wait for something to happen, it doesn't come back. She returns a moment later. Gently she closes the great doors behind her, but there is a smile on her lips and an extra skip in her step when she walks back to me. Whatever she was discussing with the group had put her in a good mood. Even she appears to have not observed anything odd. Was I just, saying things?
Glad that was over. It's been a long day. I thought for sure we're going to... Hey, are you sure you're doing okay? You look a bit green.
It's all good. I'm actually still recovering from a cold. Weather's been crazy lately.
That must be it. Yeah, the weather, the stupid cold, and the friendly warnings I'm too stubborn to listen to. As much as I had to admit it, Isabella's right. I was and still am a little feverish when she visited me at school this morning. The medicine helped, of course, but only some. Although it's not like I can't function, it did get better after lunch, and I was able to go through my schedule like the usual. Now, I'm not so sure. However, I can't keep acting like I've seen some sort of apparition when it's anything but. I simply must have listened too many times to Isabel last week. My fever-muddled mind has started to confuse things. If this doesn't let up, I just need another visit to my doctor, plain and simple. For I do hope it won't get worse, with the promise to watch Zachar's film together.
I know what you mean. I've been complaining to Isabel. It doesn't seem to affect her much, though. Must be because she grew up in the tropics. Anyway, shall we? She's probably hanging out with the rest of the catering staff.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised she's there. She eats like 10 hungry men when she isn't feeling well. Lead the way.
With a small nod, she gestures me to follow. And we'll find out if she's there in the next episode. Anywho, for now, hope you enjoyed it. Things already got creepy. See you tomorrow. We'll see. This will be more creepy as well then. So yeah, bye-bye.